I don't know if we need to wait a little bit, do we? Couple more people. I'm thinking, hello, everybody. We're going to wait just a few minutes to get some more people on. I guess I can start by telling you email. We'll start with that. My email is jillg@theparker.clinic. Hi, I see you. That's so cute. So if you want to place an order, I would say emailing is super easy. It's just a really good way for us to track if you guys are interested in ordering. The kits are some of the best ways to get everything that you need. The expiration dates are brand new. Everything just came in. So even if you have a clear or a little bit left and you know you need to buy it in a couple of months or something, we have it all, you know, that way in those larger kits this way. The other thing is some of our hydrate is on back order, and we do have it available inside the kit. So it's a great way to get that. And all of these just came in, so the expiration dates on them are pretty far out, which is great. We're looking at 11 of 2024. So this will all stay good and everything will be new for you. So email jillg@theparker.clinic. Last time we had some people popping on and they were confused and things like that. So I was going to try to wait a couple minutes here to see if we have more that are going to come on. The other thing we're going to talk about is Skintrinsiq today. That'll be really great. That's our new Obagi machine that launched. So that is going to have a little demo, and then we'll show you some befores and afters. It looks like some more people are popping up here, so we'll just wait a little bit longer. The last one that I did only ended up being 30 to 40 minutes, so I won't keep you for long if you guys are hungry. It's dinner time, I'm sure. I'm just not sure what to hit when you want me to do that. Oh. That one, pick that one. Okay, I think we'll just start and people can pop on if they want to, and we can always email them. Does it go full screen then? Okay, and then I know I'm not able to see me, but that's okay. I don't know what there's, okay. Well, when I'm holding up product, it's hard for me to see it, but that's okay. All right, everyone, welcome to the Obagi Lunch and Learn. Are you going to try? Look at you. There we go. Then I can see if you can see what I'm looking at. So this is our Obagi Parker Skin and Aesthetic Clinic event. Thank you for coming. We're going to try to get a bunch of topics covered here. Let me get this. Good to move you to the next. This is the new Skintrinsiq machine that just launched. We were asked to do a clinical trial. We were one of 7 offices across the country that got this machine. We were super excited about it. We did clinical trials with a lot of before and afters. You're going to see a couple of them tonight and see that their skin continued to improve even off of their prescription medication. That's a big thing. So when this came out, they wanted us to be very strict about what each patient was using, how they were taking care of their skin, meaning some of them used maybe the firming protocols, some used the vitamin C protocol, things like that. But what they weren't using was clear, blender, and tretinoin and things like that, because that's kind of cheating. We wanted to see how the machine truly reacted to patient skin. The other thing that I did is I also picked some patients that were not using any skincare. A couple of them hadn't even really washed their face or used sunscreen. So we had a wide range of men, women, all different kinds of participants, and it went very, very well. And one of the biggest things that people said about Skintrinsiq over and over and over is the lasting glow on their skin was just fabulous. They were so excited about how long their skin stayed nice, the shininess of the skin and all of that. So we're going to talk to, we're going to wait. A few more people are popping on, so I don't want to have people miss too many things. I know it's hard with the 5 o'clock traffic and everybody getting home. So again, this machine launched a few months back, and since then, the clinical trial is over. We now have the machine. They've tweaked it a teeny bit. It's in the office. We're really loving it. People are calling it by name, which makes us really excited. I did go out to California and guest speak to their national sales force. I was very blessed to be chosen to do that. Nina was a big part of that, helping me with the before and afters of all of the patients and streamlining everything so nicely for me that I had to send in to Obagi. So I always send a big thank you to Nina. She's who takes your pictures when you guys come in. So we're going to watch a little video here. This is Lisa. Lisa's in her mid-50s, as am I, and she was one of the clinical trial patients. So this was a ways back before she actually knew the name of Skintrinsiq and things like that. Everyone was just kind of calling it the Obagi machine because it was brand new and there wasn't even any brochures or anything on it at this point. So we're going to hear from Lisa a little bit here. How do you feel Skintrinsiq lasts for you, Lisa?
Weeks. I would say it lasts weeks. The most profound effect for me with the Skintrinsiq is its staying power. I found that it lasts for, like I said, for weeks, and that fresh face, healthy look, with all those qualities you've been talking about, brightness, firming, blah blah blah, all that stuff lasts. Like I'll run into a friend, I'll have a top knot, no makeup, just standing there, and she's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's Obagi. It's a new Obagi treatment. Go get one of those things. Just go do it."
That's great. Thank you. So we have sound now, yes? Okay, so one of the things I want to say is up at the top, what you're seeing is kind of an animated version of how the product is being pulled up into the handpiece. So anything that's on the surface is being pulled deep into the skin with the LED light. So when that's
like I said, for
basically explaining that the cells are opening and all of that product is going down into the skin with the infusion. That is why I think these last so long. So that is really what that's explaining, is the infusion. And what's nice about the infusion is that it's all done individually for each one of you. So meaning if you feel like you want some firming on your neck, you want some vitamin C on your cheeks, I am mechanically putting things topically on your skin and then infusing it in with the light. So a lot of times when you're getting some of the other treatments that we offer, things are going to come through the hand piece. I don't have a choice of what's going on. Most of those items are items that you can purchase and that I like for you to use every day. And this animated version in the top really shows you how all of those products are then dropped down into the skin, the cells close. And I really believe that that is why every person kept coming back with that glowing review over and over. That really kind of surprised me. When I first got the machine, I was not as impressed with it, and I was super scared because I'm a giant Obagi fan. And now I'm like a soul believer. I just love it. My patients love it. I guest speak for them on it with other accounts across the country, and I've also talked to their sales force. So they're selling, everyone's happy, and I think the name is going to be recognized very soon. So I think that's just really exciting for all of us. Lasts for you, Lisa. I'm going to push pause now, and then I'm going to try to go forward to the next one. Okay, so this is Carmela. This is from my clinical trial still. Can you hear me? Good. Okay. This is Carmela. This is from my clinical trial. So Carmela is a longtime patient of mine, does use Obagi Nu-Derm, which means yes, the prescription. She had to stop. She couldn't use them, and she did the firming protocol. So when you look up underneath her chin, kind of down in the front part of her neck, that was better. Again, no retin-A, a lot of the brightening. So when we're putting brighteners in for the treatment by hand, we're using Clear FX, which is a non-prescription lightener. So that is, I was really worried. I thought, my gosh, she's not using, the brighteners and things at home, no Clear, no blender. And everybody got a great result with the hyperpigmentation that was only heightened once they got back on the Nu-Derm system. So I was very excited about that. And Carmela said this is kind of her no makeup treatment. That is the same thing that Lisa said in the video when she's out with a little knot on top of her head, running into friends. They're like, oh my gosh, your skin looks great. And she doesn't even have any makeup on. Most of the time, if I'm not mistaken, they both wear the tinted sunscreen as their makeup. This is Doug. Doug is fantastic. He actually cornered me in our Willoughby office and said, you know, you're using my wife for this clinical trial, but do you have any men? I would love to be, you know, part of your clinical trial. My skin is dull. I play golf all the time. And I said, Mr. Dog, you need to at least wash your face and put sunscreen on. And he's like, I will do anything you say. And I said, well, the problem could be that you would be selected as he was. If when you see these photos, the forehead is so great. The cheeks are really better. His skin is just brighter and healthier. Since he has gone through the Skintrinsiq treatments, he is now on the Obagi Nu-Derm system completely. He not only uses retin-A and hydroquinone and everything. His pictures actually even look better now. Doug is an awesome guy, very good friend of ours, and it was very gracious of him to let us do this. And his little line was, honey, if I look good enough to be in before and afters and in a show, then let's do it. And he has gone full force. So I also recommend you guys thinking about it for your husbands, because I think sometimes they just don't ever say something about how they really feel. And he does skeet shooting, golfing. He is not your wash your face and Obagi guy, but he is now. So I think that's pretty great. You know, this is explaining cosmetic versus a medical grade skincare. So in these products, you do have, you know, your prescription level drugs. You need to be seen by a physician here. We monitor that. Then you can obviously come in for 1 year and purchase those prescriptions. All of the other products that are within the line are designed to do things that don't slow the healthy progression of those prescriptions down. So we take a lot of pride in making sure that we're constantly customizing for you. We can customize with the Skintrinsiq as well as your home care. Your follow-up with me is free when you come in. Obviously, you pay for your products or you pay for a treatment, but keeping in line with, okay, Jill, my dark spots are gone. Now what should I do? Or I'm a little red. Now what can I do? We can up some vitamin C's. We can do some different things. I think following up on a regular basis like you guys do with this, as well as seeing me in person, really helps people to know what they do all the time when they're not with us. We know you have your good prescription skincare at home to take care of yourself. This is one of my favorites. This is explaining damaged skin on the one side where you see the cells are all squished together, and healthy skin on the other side. So it's characteristics of the damaged skin versus the healthy skin. And what that looks like in person is somebody who has a little bit of hyperpigmentation there. These are actually my before and after. She was super sweet. She was getting married, had very sallow, darkening skin, a lot of dark spots in some of the scarring from when she had chicken pox as a child and some other problems. So now the picture of the healthy skin on the right, if you look at that, she could do a laser and try to work on some of those peak and valleys. We know that her skin is in the best condition it can be in to possibly do some more aggressive things, microneedling, secret RF microneedling. We have here, you could do with Annie, our nurse practitioner. She's fantastic. The doctors love that machine as well. So you can do many different things, but the point being, if you start on the damaged skin and you come into microneedling, it's not going to bounce back up and have that fluffy, healthy response that a healthy skin will have. So that is something, when you see this, you kind of understand it a little bit better. The transformation results with Nu-Derm are, you know, it reduces the signs of aging. Many people come in and say, you know, I'm 70 some years old, I play golf, I this, I that. Is there anything that you can still do for me? The answer to that is yes, but it does take work. It's a journey. We give you the tools you need at home, which is the Nu-Derm system and some of the other products that go with it. And then we kind of graduate you into the services. The Nu-Derm system, obviously, you know, as you saw in that photo, hyperpigmentation is a big one. It inhibits the production of melanin. I explain that when we go through your consultation when you're here, but it regulates your melanocytes. So that's really what's happening there. It accelerates your cell turnover and promotes the exfoliation. So that's your tretinoin, and it's also your Elastiderm Forte is really good at that as well. And then also this vitamin C scrub is fantastic to sort of get some of that dead stuff away. Reduces acne flare-ups with tretinoin. So that was, you know, we knew that from back in the 60s when it was made to treat kids with acne. It treats adult acne, but more importantly for us with our health of our skin, it's the hyperpigmentation, the fine lines and wrinkles. Tretinoin in the right prescriptions and monitored correctly promotes healthy cells from working within the live cell. That is what sets it apart from a retinol and all of those other things that are going to be over the counter. They cannot work and will not work like a tretinoin can. This is a bigger blown up version of my sweet patient that said yes. So when you look at her skin, it's compared to the small, damaged skin versus the healthy side. So I just wanted you guys to be able to see that when I'm seeing skin, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, yes, you need to peel it, you need to exfoliate, you need for some of those things to go away so we can get you to a bright, healthy version of how are we going to do some fillers, Botox, lasers, and things like that. If you were going to do the, her beginner picture, even a laser cannot get rid of the pigment the way that Nu-Derm is doing it, especially if it's caused by redness. A lot of patients have redness, and that does cause pigmentation. So we have to be careful with the heat of the lasers. So prepping your skin and having the Obagi in your skin, fresh, healthy skin prior to getting a laser makes that treatment even more safe. This is actually not my before and after. It's an Obagi one, but it's very, very nice. It tells you about the skin transformation, and you're starting to see some of that hyperpigmentation going away and her skin getting brighter. That's kind of why I wanted to throw some of mine in there. Now we're going to do a little run through of some of the products, and don't forget to ask me questions if you guys don't know how to use it, or if you're thinking like maybe you don't know what your lineup is and things like that. I can try to answer some of those questions here. So this is a great daily moisturizer. We do recommend it AM and PM, but not always. This time of year, you don't need as much moisturizer. The humidity is great. It's going to turn into a little terrarium out there. So we don't, when in the summer, in the wintertime, we need it more. So people tend to use the hydrate during the day. Sometimes in the evening. It is fine for patients that break out. If you have a problem with your skin, it should not cause any acne. It's very, very nice, a big, big seller. This is also a giant seller. This kind of took the world by storm when it came out. This is called Daily Hydro Drops. The way to use it is basically, you can put it under your moisturizer if you would like to give your moisturizer a boost, or you can actually use it in place of a moisturizer. It is so, the weight of it is amazing. You don't feel all wet and soupy and yucky. You would think you would with those little spears that are going to break open. You do not. There's vitamin B3 in there, hibiscus oil. It feels good. It smells great. And what's crazy is that it is perfect for someone with a lot of acne. It will not break your skin out at all. Teens, young adults, people like that love it. They can put it over their tretinoins, and it does not make their faces dry. And even some of the prescriptions the doctors put some of my younger adults and kids on, they buy this and love it. They're just like, oh my gosh, it's the only moisturizer I can use. So that was a really great addition to the lineup. This is going to be your Hydrate Luxe. It is our heavier overnight renewal moisturizer. When you wake up in the morning and wash your face after using it, your skin still feels like you took a drink of water. You can feel the damp on your skin because it just is so hydrated. One of the Obagi people were here today, and she said to me, if your patients get really, really dry and they're a little bit older, you can actually put a little dollop of that on a nice brush and paint it on your face, almost like you were giving yourself a little facial at home. Let it be a little thick. Watch some TV and let it soak in and then go to bed. It's a great way to kind of hydrate your skin all at once. I've not tried it, but I'm certainly going to. So this is our lineup of vitamin C's. We do have a cream one as well. The vitamin C's are fantastic. So this is going to be your 10, your 15, and your 20. Stabilized L-ascorbic acid helps fight free radical damage from the sun. So it helps with brightening and all of those type of things. Your 10 is going to be for someone drier. Your 15 is going to be just somebody that wants to move up a little bit and, wants it a little bit stronger, maybe just normal skin. And your 20 is going to be for your little bit oilier skins. You can move up though. If you really want a stronger L-ascorbic acid, you're going to start in the 10, and to jump to the 15 isn't always necessary. Most of my patients just go to the 20. However, I don't have a picture of the one that is prescription. The one is prescription is 10%. A lot of you may have it with the little purple line on it. That one comes in a normal to dry formula and a normal to oily formula. So the normal to oily formula is the only one on the market that is water-based, and it has the 4% hydroquinone in both of them. They are fantastic. Like, they are like my absolute favorite. So if you're oily, you could do those little yellow drops that we just saw over top of the vitamin C 10% oil free. So we really do try to customize the skincare for you. So coming in, making appointments that are free, making sure that we're hearing what you're saying, taking your photos with Nina, all of those things make a difference to get to your happier clinical endpoint of what you're trying to achieve. This is their really awesome line, Elastiderm. So we've got our obvious eye cream in the middle there that everybody loves. We've got the roller ball, which is sometimes for our younger patients, or in warm weather, it's actually great for summertime. You can roll it right underneath and it doesn't seem to make the eye makeup slippy slide all over the place. In the winter, some people like the cream morning and night. The roller ball also helps with swelling, puffiness, fine lines, dark circles, things like that. So from this platform, they started the Elastiderm facial serum. We're going to go into these next, and also the new awesome neck cream. Love, love, love. I've only had it since Thursday, but oh my God, I love it. You guys are going to absolutely love it. So this really helps. It gets a little technical, but basically where your new elastin is formed, it helps convert it and reassemble it and reorganize it, which also helps with the fine lines and things like that, stretching and your skin becoming healthier. So it kind of gives you, the eyes are again here. So this is, you know, when they say eyelid, they're talking about the orbital rim. It'll move, migrate towards your lashes. You don't need to do a lot of it, but it is fabulous. I do use these during your Skintrinsiq and put that in with the light. So people really, really love that. Next, we're going to do the facial. Oh, this is the baseline. So this one is nice. This is just the eye cream. So when you talk about the elasticity of the skin being enhanced with just the eye cream product, this is not retin-A, nothing like that. That is a really awesome before and after. That is Obagi's, that is not mine, but it is something that I do believe my patients see and really like. So I slid that in here just so that you can see it. So now we've got the Elastiderm facial serum. Most of you, I'm sure, are using this. And for the longest time, we were saying, put it on your face and your neck until our superstar arrived. Now we have this one and it's really, really awesome. So again, it's that same platform of helping the elasticity. It gives your skin the power to bounce back, which is really, really great. No other product on the market does that. So the other great thing about Elastiderm, this new one, the neck and décolleté, is that it has lighteners in it. So if you can't take some of the retin-A and things like that on your neck, you could maybe retin-A 2 times a week. Probably a lower dose. Most of us can't do the strong one on our neck. It's super common and really annoying. This will also help with lightening as well as the skin firmness and smoothness and all of that. So the discoloration, they're coming out with a lot of the clinical trial photos. Those are going to be starting to post soon. This was just literally came out last week. We do have it. It's going to go quick. The really cool thing about it is the roller ball. It sounds like it's not, but oh my God, I love it. So you'll see where it says off, and then you twist this around to where it says on, and you're actually rolling the product onto your neck and your chest. It feels great. And it really has shown 97%, if I'm not mistaken, of people that tried it loved it. So that's a pretty high number, and I was really excited about that. I don't know if you guys have tried these yet. We have them, we don't, we have them, we don't. I know everyone is asking about them. They sell out all the time is the problem. So this is really, really great to do. You know, you want to maybe just do a little something to yourself, but you don't want it to be a waste of time. These are very, very popular. They are called Obagi Revivify. They're a 2-step process at home where you're going to just put a primer over top. You're going to paint the little peel on with a tiny little thin applicator. It says certain instructions, and I need to tell you to follow those to a T because I don't want you to hurt yourself, do anything crazy. I did leave it on myself a longer amount of time. I had no problem. You may want to do that in a little teeny tiny spot to make sure you don't hurt yourself. You are going to neutralize that then with the gentle cleanser, take it off, and then we could go back to that little idea of the Hydrate Luxe and put that over top. That might really hydrate really nicely and let it soak in. So it's kind of like a little home treatment for yourself. Maybe you're going to go to a wedding or do something and you didn't have a chance to get in here to see me. People are really loving those. Actually, young adults all the way up to my older patients, to be honest. This is year 3 campaign of Skinclusion. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but they take a lot of pride on the fact that this skincare is for all Fitzpatrick skin types. So we see many African-American ladies all the way back to these little pretty ladies in the front that have the red hair and the pale skin. The little person next to her with the shorter blonde hair, she might be a little bit older compared to some of these other beauties. But what's nice is that we're taking care of a wide age of skin, a range of skin, and everyone is benefiting. So we have many, many beautiful skin colors that we can treat with all of the lines. And I think that's really important. And it is safe for everybody. So that's really a great campaign that they have. This is just in here because I'm so gosh darn happy that they're finally advertising in some of these magazines, because sometimes people pick things because the marketing is good. And forever I have begged and begged and begged, please, you guys, you know, advertise in New Beauty and do this and do that. And, you know, they think, well, we're very, very medical, and that's true. And they wanted to base, you know, kind of stay more prestigious, which I understand. But now we're coming out with some of these really fun products that are enhancing the Nu-Derm line. These daily drops, if I'm not mistaken, are way a top seller right now. I really think it's because you can do it as a teenager, as a young person in your 20s with acne, all the way to my older patients can maybe enhance their own moisturizer with it. So you're going to see more and more of these ads, and it just makes me so happy. I don't know what to do with myself. Shape magazine, the scrub is one of the gifts when you purchase. It won for 2021. In 2022, the vitamin C won. And that makes me so happy because it has always been my favorite. It is very, very good. I've highly recommended it forever, and it should have won a very long time ago because it has not changed, and it's very, very solid in its arena. So, and the price point is actually extremely good. So now we're going to go to the event specials. If you do a $200 purchase, you can get that C scrub that we talked about. You do need to think about some of the scrubs on the market are actually going to pull some of your pores open and do some things that aren't so good for your skin. This one was designed not to do that. They also know that you are using a retin-A when you use this polish. The biggest thing with it is you need a washcloth to remove it. You'll be very busy in the shower trying to get it off, and you're not going to get it off. So you need to have a cloth. A lot of us don't use washcloths too much anymore. And then we luckily have the daily drops as a $300 gift. So that's really, really great. The one thing that I did not talk about was Nu-Sil. That is their eyelash growing serum. It is one of the newer things that just started. People are loving it. They did do a head-to-head study with Allergan, I'm losing it. Sorry, Latisse, thank you, Nina. And they did very, very well. I think in certain categories, Nu-Sil was higher, and maybe one Latisse was higher. I don't actually know that for sure, but I am seeing a lot of where they're having you close your lashes and they're measuring your lashes on a piece of paper that is a Nu-Sil trial. And those lashes are going like wildfire. You can literally see all 3 stages of them getting thicker, darker, and longer. So that's a super exciting gift that's in the $500 zone. And then we always have our vitamin C because we just love it. So that's one of the other gifts. We're going to go down one more. So the Skintrinsiq that we talked about in the beginning when we saw the video, I hope all of you got to see it because some slid on after. If you buy a series of 4 and they are $200 a piece, you get $100 off of the package and you get a free radiance peel. So radiance peel value is $125. Some people come and add the radiance peel to it and some people don't. You don't have to. You know, it's just a nice way to kind of exfoliate the skin, put a bunch of brighteners in there, but you don't have a lot of downtime. If you guys are used to my big peels, it is not like that. Your face isn't going to be on your shirt. So it's a nice soft way to have a nice brightening treatment with no downtime. And so I kind of wanted to make sure that people could buy that package if they wanted to. Let me go to then I think it's going to just say thank you. So we're going to go back to, we've got a bunch of questions, it looks like, in the chat. Can I see them, or will it show names, or I don't know what I'm allowed to touch. So I don't want to mess anything up from that. Okay, here we go. So if I look down here, can they see? No? Okay. Can it be used along with the retinol? And I don't know which. Yes. Yes, of course. Yes. So the biggest thing, we're going to go back over the kit really quickly. I did not do that. And people have asked me to. So if you guys are big time kit users in your board, I apologize ahead of time. But again, we do have the hydrate on back order right now, which is a bummer. That's why it's not on the app. I've gotten some texts about that. So we apologize. Something with the manufacturing, I'm not sure. So we're going to go over the kit just very quickly because again, everything is customized. So when I say you're going to use clear, you may not have dark, you may not need to use clear. So I'm just not sure until you're sitting in front of me and I can actually tell you what to do. But if you were coming in off the street, you had hyperpigmentation and you wanted to change that about yourself. You are not pregnant, you are not nursing, you see the doctor and we know that this is a good thing for you. We would then sit down. We have a nice little book here. It talks about, I'm sure many of you have seen this, and then you go home with your little Bible on the back. It tells you all about dosage and frequencies of your products. So in the morning, you're going to wash with your wash, you're going to use your toner, you're going to use your vitamin C, which is missing, and there's all the different ones. It can be the cream all the way to the bleaching one. You're going to use the clear if you have hyperpigmentation, and we discuss how much, how often, and things like that. So that's where you get into some of the dosage and frequencies that need to be monitored and critiqued to just you. And so clear is the surface bleach. It's kind of what's our magic eraser to get rid of all those little pesky freckles we can't stand. Then this is Elastiderm Forte because it's in the normal to oily kit. That just means there's a little more glycolic acid in there, so it's going to be a little zippier. If your skin is a little thicker, you're a little oilier, you don't really peel with your retin-A and it's kind of annoying, you can really try to up your daytime with this one, and that will really help. Blender would be out of here because we use blender at night. I always try to tell you guys to remind yourself to keep think about blender means you're blending it with something. So now we would use hydrate as needed during the day. You can also use the Hydra drops here instead if you would like. And then you could use your hydrate at night if you're a more oily type of a person. And then we've got the sunscreen. So we also have our tinted sunscreens, which are fantastic. You can get those. I'll show you those in a minute. So then nighttime, you would obviously take your SPF out and you're going to take your number 4 out because a lot of these, if you guys remember, they say AM and PM right on them. So that also gives you a little clue, but every once in a while I switch that up too. I slide something in just to confuse you. So blender is our nighttime only, and we're going to mix it with our retin-A's. So we have to think about starting a retin-A kind of slow. We don't want to make your skin mad, but we need to see a change. So if you put it on and you see absolutely nothing, we need to do a little bit more. So that means a lot of times we can put more on our finger, or we can use it more often with the same amount on our finger. But when we are using tretinoin, we are mixing it with the blender every time. So if it's a no retin-A night, you do not need the blender. Both of them get put aside and you're just going to cleanse, tone, clear, and whatever moisturizer you would choose. If it's going to be the Luxe if you're dry, the Hydrate if you're just normal skin, and if you're oilier and you love the drops, you can put those over top at night. So those are some of the ways that we can kind of critique a lot of the products. Then of course we would put our neck cream on. And if you like the Elastiderm facial serum, that can also be down here at the end as well. So I would get your prescriptions on and things like that, and then put the Elastiderm over it. I definitely would say to try to get your prescriptions, you know, your tretinoins and things like that down over your neck. I mean, necks are just going to take a beating. We don't always do what we need to with them. And so we got to make sure if we're changing our face as good as we can, we keep that going on the neck and the décolleté. So if you can't, you just can't, your body won't let you. Redivance is fine. I don't know if I have it behind me, but this is quite nice. We can always do a little Redivance on our neck and our chest. And maybe if we get through a tube of this and try, this one would probably be the one that would hurt you the least on your neck and your chest. And cause the least amount of downtime. So it's a gel, it has high hyaluronic acid in it, it will work in a live cell, it just typically does not beat you up. So I would say that would be great. And then you could put your Elastiderm over it, which is the new superstar. So if you guys are really wanting Sunscreens, we also have these 3. We'll go to these. So this is going to be your tint, which is more tan. I have it on underneath some of my makeup. This is going to be for that fair lady. When we looked on that Fitzpatrick scale, this is almost has a blue undertone like Nicole Kidman would have in her skin. So it's something like that. These also fight infrared. So when you get hyperpigmentation from just heat, maybe you're cooking, you're a chef, ovens, outside, whatever. If your skin gets super red over and over and over, we now know that it can cause you hyperpigmentation. So they've made sunscreens to prevent that. So don't, a lot of people make mistakes of buying too chemical of sunscreens. They're in the, CVS's and things like that. Don't do that, because you really, long-term, you're going to want something to take care of your skin. If you're investing in the prescriptions, you got to invest in the sunscreen. And reapplying is very important. All of our sunscreens this month are 25% off because it is Skin Cancer Awareness Month. This one is also a nice one. It's Susan Obagi. It's a very light tint, so it's not going to have that white. It's not going to have that white look. The one in the kit does, but you're putting usually a tinted moisturizer or something like that, a little bit of makeup or a sun brush or something over it. So I think I got a couple of other questions and I can't see. I have to slide this over again. I'm sorry. Let me do this. How much is the skin? The Skintrinsiq is $200 a piece. And you can try one if you want, and just see if it's for you, if you like it. And then you could buy the package. I also have another one running from the last seminar, if you were on that one, where we mixed it with the peels. So you could do that as well, like the stronger peels. The non-hydroquinone skin brightener sold in office, is it called Clear FX? We don't sell it in the office, and the main reason for that is that people get really confused. You can get it on the app though. That's what you don't, because some people have bought it and their pigmentation came back and they were super upset about it. They didn't realize that the FX meant non-prescription. So you should be able to get that on the app. When I use the Skintrinsiq, if you are working on pigment, that is what I actually use on your face to work with the LED light to work on your pigment, if that makes sense. Here's another one, okay, at the bottom. It has totally it has totally eliminated my hyperpigmentation on my face. Oh, I have severe hyperpigmentation, and I have been using Obagi for 15 years. Part of my regimen is vitamin C 10% clear Elastiderm every morning. Question, is it safe to use hydroquinone every day? It is. It's safe to use it morning and night. Sometimes they tell you to stop. We used to, we don't anymore. I have a couple of different studies, that we can show you. If you have none though, and your pigmentation is better, you can use it morning or night. But I don't know about summertime. Summertime, you might want to stay full force until the winter when it's not so hot. And you're also not outside, just in case of the reapplication of the sunscreens. And then another thing when it comes to the sunscreens is another thing that with the sunscreens is you can even get the sun brush from Color Science, as long as you've got something to put on that you're going to use. That's the thing. Like if these are liquid and they're great and you're going to do them in the morning, but you're like, man, when I go down to, I'm going to have lunch in Chagrin Falls at a wine place, I'm going to sit outside, I'm not putting diaper cream on my face. I get that. So then we've got them. Come see Shane. They're on sale this month. Get something that you can take and use. So the brushes that I'm talking about, I did have behind me as well somewhere. And what I love about them is, thank you so much. What I love about them is these don't go bad in your golf bag, in your car. They're really awesome. I have a convertible, so I am inside of a dungeon all day playing with my friends. And so when you tap this, the sunscreen is going to come out. So you kind of look like you're putting makeup on at the pool. If anybody doesn't realize what this is great. It works right away, and it is SPF 50 and it's mineral. Won't burn little kid eyes, won't hurt acne. So you can have these for, the pool, a sporting event, things like that. But if you know in your heart you're not going to, re-put it on, you've got to come in and find one that you will. That's the biggest thing. How does the Skintrinsiq play with or replace a microneedling or a hydrofacial? No, so hydrofacial is a little bit older. We do have it in our Willoughby office. I like it. You know, the liquids that go through there, to be 110% honest, we've used them for quite a long time. So what isn't absorbed into your skin is kind of evaporating into the air a little bit. I really think when the LED lights are putting the customized products in, that's what's making the Skintrinsiq last longer. You're seeing that brightness and that clear, healthy look to your skin. Microneedling is fantastic, and it's just a little level above both of them. So that's going to help with collagen remodeling. I love microneedling. I use it all the time. But I do want your skin to be as in good a condition as it can be. So basically, we usually do a couple of peels first, unless your skin's already great. If your skin already is great and you've been using Obagi forever, you don't peel, you're using the 0.1, we want to microneedle fresh, healthy, pillowy skin. We want it to be as beautiful as it can, and then it just goes and it bounces back, and you get way more for your money with it. So microneedling is a little more advanced, a little stronger, things like that. Your Skintrinsiq and your hydrofacial, I guess, could be on the same platform, but Skintrinsiq is just so newer, and it's way more customizable. So how often do you reapply sunscreen during the day? So, you know, that's kind of you're welcome. Sometimes that's more for your derm. I would say 2 to 3 to 4, depending. Like if you know you're going to sit outside at lunch and be in the sun, you need it on. Again, this one works immediately. The liquids take 20 minutes. So if you guys are moms and you're like, okay, kids, we're getting in the car, we're going to the pool, and you don't put anything on you, you drive to the pool, your sunroof's open, you're burning your face, right? And then you get there, you get your kids all set up. Everybody's got their snack. They're going to have lunch. Now they're going to go to the pool. You have burned yourself for like 45 minutes to an hour, and you don't even think of it. Then this still has to take 20 minutes. So you really want to make sure that you get them on fast enough and soon enough to protect you, not just the babies. Because a lot of my, clients are like, oh, my kids looked great and I'm roached. Or the pool bars, you go to Mexico, you go to places like that, you're sitting in the pool, you're meeting all these new people, you're not reapplying sunscreen. Not good when you're trying to fight pigment or aging for that matter, really. So you just have to be really, really important to think about that. So if you put it on at noon and then you're like, ooh, the more healthy your skin gets, it will tell you. Like you can feel the sun and you're like, man, sun's bright today. You need to put sunscreen back on. That's just really what's happening to you. So you want to make sure that you're doing it as often as you can. And certainly when you're positive, you're going to be in the sun. The derms are going to tell you even these lights and things like that are causing damage to our skin. I try not to get that pushy and technical with you guys. If I can get you to do it 3 to 4 times a day, especially if you're going to be on vacation, outside snorkeling, something like that, soccer games, I mean, you're sitting at those darn fields for hours. You have to have it on. So I hope that kind of helps. Any other questions I missed? Okay, here's another one. I've used Obagi sunscreen for a long time. Please let me know if the formulation has changed there or if there's an alternate you would recommend. My experience with Obagi sunscreen is that it makes my dark skin too light, zinc oxide. Okay, I understand that. We do have ones that are a clear up front. I think there's a couple of them. I could give you some samples of a couple of these too. If you want to drop in, we have little samples of the tan one. Where did I put? Right here. I don't know if you've tried that. Maybe see if she says yes or no. Just don't want to say her name. But if you put it on, this is definitely darker. It shouldn't look white. Like I know even when we use these that come out of the kits and I'm at the pool, if my grandkid splashes me or something, I look like I have white stuff running down even my skin. I get that. So these typically are going to be your better. And then there is one up front that's clear. And then I believe this comes in a pretty dark tan color. And I think it is very nice and you can use it, but I do know what you're talking about. Sometimes they can sort of want to sit, but I would say we've got little packets that you could take home and try. And if you like it, maybe you could still be able to get one 25% off before the end of the month. But it would be the tint one. Has she tried that one? Not yet. Okay, so try that. And we definitely have the little packets. Remind me, and whoever wants one is fine. We have plenty of them. So, and the biggest thing with this one is that it's just so light. It's that Nicole Kidman kind of skin. So I do sell a lot of it, believe it or not, but it's really, really light. Is there another question? Okay, so I think that really concludes. What I'm going to say is The kits are really great. You know, again, they've got the long time expiration dates. We ordered plenty for you guys. We've sold quite a few so far, but I know we still have them. You can buy the products at all 3 locations. You can see me at all 3 locations. If you are out of town, we can definitely do a FaceTime visit and keep up that way. But make sure, you know, if you buy some products and you haven't seen me in a while, get back in here so we can do a consultation. I bought a few Obagi items and no one ever told me how much to put on, so I'm not sure if I'm using the right doses. Okay, so why don't you email me, Jill G at the Parker Clinic, and let me do like a FaceTime visit with you. We'll try to do it that way. You can show me what you have, and then I'll make sure that, you know, you're have the right thing, you're using it the right way. Sorry about that. I don't know how that slipped through the crack, but and you're certainly welcome to come in too. I mean, but I just don't know if that, you know, is going to be okay with the times I have available and things like that. Sometimes I can just simply call you and we can talk about it and it works itself out and you're good. And then once you start, you know, becoming successful, then I think you'll add to what you're doing. And please don't forget about my fabulous one. This is so awesome. I love it. Do we call the office or email for consultation appointment? You know, you can call if you want to consult first. If you know you want to buy stuff, we have the ladies here that are helping me for the next 2 days. Angela is going to help, and Shauna, which is wonderful. I can't thank them enough. They're going to call you, you know, they're going to talk to me. They always come and show me. I'm still seeing patients throughout these next 2 days, but I'm going to try to keep track of it. You know, if you know you want something and you just need me to look at you a little bit, or if you don't know what you want at all, then I would say definitely get a consult. Again, we can FaceTime. If you can't get here, that might be a little bit easier, and then we can ship anything over $100 is free. So we can do that certainly. Does that help? I'm thinking for an appointment, it's probably best to call. Products is hard because sometimes people don't know which one they want, which retin A, which vitamin C. So it's easier to just email Jill G at the Parker Clinic. Good, yes, she said. So then what will happen is Angela will call. If she isn't sure, she'll ask me. We can check your chart of what you've had before. We can also know other products you might have used if you want to, you know, get into our vitamin C from another one or something like that. So, you know, I have a couple of big time helpers over these next 2 days to try to get a lot of the gifts packaged up and all of that. So, you know, it depends on what you guys are shooting for to get the free product. And all of them are really great. So, any other questions? Do we think we're good? I think we're okay. Seems like it. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone. I really appreciate that you guys, you know, jump on here with me. I know life is busy. Do we have to make orders? I mean, I would like it to at least be done by Monday, because some of these gifts they're going to be going back. So if we can kind of know, you're welcome. If, you know, I hate to do that, but if you know what you need, it would be the best. If you just can't and you really want to see me and I don't have anything open, then we'll wait a little bit. But the more that we can get done, the better, because when this lingers too long, it just becomes giant. I end up helping like a little more than 200 of you. So I just try to make it efficient as I can, and I'm still seeing patients. And then also, you know, my ladies are only here for 2 days because they have other accounts that they're helping. They're just being super helpful for me. So I hope you guys understand that. I'm not trying to force anybody for sure. It's just I got to kind of try to, you know, get it wrapped up. So I love all of you guys. I'm really happy that you guys love the Obagi, and anything I can do to help you guys ever. And I also know some of you asked your friends to log on. I had a couple of doctors that were downtown, and they all jumped in at lunchtime, and I got some text messages that they want to order, which is really great. They're customers that I didn't have. So anytime you guys ever have anybody like that jump on, sisters, friends, neighbors, whatever, it's always great because you guys are my best advertisement. So thank you so much. I really enjoy all of you. And I got one more question and then we're going to go. Oh, she doesn't want me to log off so she can send it. Sorry, I didn't know that one, but she's getting some and I'm getting some. So it's kind of, we're back and forth. I don't know if there's anything else anybody wants to say, but I appreciate all of you guys. And hopefully I'll get to see many of you soon. Are we good? All right, ladies, we're going to head out. Thank you so much. What email? JillG@theParkerClinic.com. JillG@theParkerClinic.com. And you are welcome. We will do it tomorrow. All right, ladies, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.